This is our speeder bike. Now, we built this speeder bike going on probably about 10 years ago. And ever since then, it lives in my garage right here, just right next to the lawnmower. Anyway, this has been doing the con circuit, doing charity events, and doing all kinds of stuff for about the last 10 years. And it's had one rebuild or one big repair session and small upgrades over the years. But it's literally falling apart right now. And we're going to take this thing apart. And the first order of action is we're going to start by replacing all of the wooden pieces with aluminum pieces. When we originally built the bike, it's built on a steel frame. It has a fiberglass body. And so basically it's pretty much all steel, fiberglass, and wood. And what we need to do, this thing, when it travels, it usually travels in the back of a pickup truck. So it's been in thunderstorms, it's been in ice storms, it's sat outside for days, it's been at long weekend events. It has had thousands of butts sitting right on this seat here. We need to do some major overhauls on this thing so it can last another 10 years. While we're replacing the wooden pieces, some of the wooden pieces that we have are going to be easy to just tool out of round stock or make out of some square stock aluminum. Some of the other pieces are kind of crazy and we're going to have to cast those pieces. So we're going to try to replace a lot of the larger pieces and crazy pieces with a process known as lost foam casting. For example, one of the pieces we're going to do in lost foam is this dart looking piece in the front. It's actually made up of three pieces: the dart piece, the bracket that supports it on here, this right here, and this block right here. Now, I have some aluminum that I can cut and just use as this block. And we have some grill details and some other things that we will probably transfer as many of these types of pieces, and this piece right here with a decal on it. We might use and transfer these pieces to the new pieces and save as much of the original work as we can. And also, here's a quick example for parts that will be machined using regular round stock aluminum. These struts right here going from the control arms to the body, these pieces here will probably be just turned out of aluminum. It's quicker and easier, and that's how we're going to do these parts. Now this piece here, this mount bracket, we've actually already made these pieces a couple years ago as lost foam casting pieces. Now we may redo them because it was an earlier attempt, just like the wishbone pieces right here were also early attempts, and they're a little bit rough, but we also look at it as battle damage. I hope you enjoy following along as we go through this process of rebuilding this bike and replacing all the wood parts with aluminum. And also, while we're going through it, we'll probably go through the process of what it took to build this, how we built it, show off some of the templates that we created to build the bike, and some of the pieces that we found, like the hydraulic pieces we used for the front end, or the stuff we used to simulate hydraulic pieces for the front end. We'll go over all these little things as we're doing the restoration and rebuild. So if you ever out there and say, hey, I need an idea for building my front end of a speeder bike, more than happy to use some of our ideas. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this project. It's going to be a trip down memory lane. I know for a fact we're going to get in there and remember. It's like, oh man, I can't remember. I can't believe this part. You remember when we struggled at 3 o'clock in the morning to get this part made? It's going to be a lot of fun for us, and I hope it's a lot of fun for you, and I hope you guys learn a little bit along the way and join us on this small adventure of restoring this speeder bike so we can get back to work.